Have you ever spent hours studying, trying to memorize every word, only to forget most of it a few days later? It's not because you didn't try hard enough. And it's definitely not because you're not smart. The real issue lies in how you study. In Japan, students have to memorize over 2,000 kanji characters, complex, intricate, and far from easy. And the surprising thing is, they actually remember them. Not just for a week, but for life. They don't study more than you. They just study differently. In this video, I'll show you 6 intelligent Japanese learning techniques, backed by science, proven over generations, that help you study less, retain more, and forget far less. Ready? Because after this, your way of learning may never be the same again. Part 1 Active RECALL. Do you remember what you studied yesterday? Without looking at your notes, without skimming the slides, just close your eyes and try recalling it from memory. Tough, right? But that very frustration is a sign you're learning the right way. Active recall is a method Japanese students have long used. After studying, they test themselves. No teacher, no exam needed. Here's a simple example. After reading a history lesson, close the book, grab a blank sheet of paper, and write down everything you can remember. It's okay if you miss things or make mistakes. Every time your brain struggles to recall something, it's building deeper, stronger neural connections. You don't need to reread endlessly. What you need is a conversation with your own memory. And you'll be surprised how much more you retain each time you try again. Blue Book Part 2 The Cumin method. Being a great learner doesn't mean cramming tons of material all at once. It means knowing how to break things down and patiently build them up, day by day. That's the spirit behind the Cumin method. One of the most well-known learning systems from Japan, the principle is simple: the smaller, the more digestible. Instead of finishing a thick chapter in one night, Cumin students focus on just a small portion, enough to understand, enough to remember, without overwhelming the brain. It's like building a house, not by pouring cement all at once, but by placing each brick carefully. 5 minutes a day may sound like nothing. But do it consistently and you'll surpass those who sprint hard, then burn out. And you know what? That quiet consistency is what creates the strongest, most lasting memory. No noise. No pressure. Just results. Hourglass with flowing sand. Part 3 Spaced repetition. Have you noticed how what you learned today gradually fades away if you don't review it at the right time? It's not your fault. It's simply how the brain works, but Japanese students have a way to slow that forgetting. It's called spaced repetition, reviewing information at smart, strategic intervals. Study today. Review after 1 day. Then 3 days. Then 1 week. Then 1 month. Each time you revisit just before forgetting, you are watering the roots of memory, helping them grow deeper and stronger. Most people cram all at once, like dumping water onto dry soil. But the Japanese sprinkle lightly and consistently, like tending to a garden, and the result? They don't just remember longer, they remember better. Not by stuffing, but by truly absorbing. Seedling. Part 4 Kaizen 1% a day. Have you ever felt like you're moving too slowly while everyone else seems to be racing ahead? Truth is, going slow is not a problem as long as you're still moving forward. The Japanese have a beautiful philosophy called Kaizen, continuous improvement. Even if just 1% a day, 0.1% may seem small, insignificant. But if you stay consistent, after a year you'll be 37 times better than where you started. You don't need 5 hours of study every night. Just 6 minutes a day, 2 minutes of active recall, 2 minutes of spaced repetition, 2 minutes of practical review, and make that a habit. And no pressure. No burnout. But enough to create real change. Learning is not a speed race. It's a journey of discipline, and Kaizen is the quiet, persistent path that actually lasts. Part 5 The Art of Focus, Ritual Focus. Have you ever sat down to study, but your mind drifted somewhere else? The book was open, but your thoughts were lost in notifications, noise, and endless distractions. The Japanese call deep immersive focus a state where you fully live in the moment of learning. To reach they create small study rituals, nothing fancy, but powerful enough to cue the brain. Now it's time to focus. It could be a familiar study corner, a pen used only for note-taking, a calming music track, Or simply lighting a candle before every session, like a samurai tying his headband before battle. These rituals are not just symbolic. They create calm. They draw a line between chaos and concentration, and when you repeat them often enough, your brain learns to shift from scattered to centered. From studying aimlessly to learning deeply. Repeat button part 6 active. FEEDBACK. Most of us study and then leave it at that. No checking, no reflection on whether we actually understood anything, but learning without feedback is like going to the gym without a mirror. You don't know if you're improving or just repeating old patterns. Japanese students and top education systems emphasize one thing: don't wait until the test to find out where you stand. You can check in with yourself every single day. Just ask a few simple questions. What did I remember today? What still confuses me? What will I improve tomorrow? Feedback doesn't need to be complex, but it makes you an active, conscious learner, not just a passive receiver hoping for the best. Being a good learner isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing where you are and moving forward from there. Bullseye. Final MESSAGE. Learning isn't about cramming until exhaustion. It's about understanding yourself, how your brain remembers, how your mind responds, and how you grow steadily, day by day. Japanese students don't have superpowers. They simply have the right methods, applied with the right mindset. You don't need to study more. You just need to study differently, smarter, more intentionally, more gently. Because sometimes, a small shift in how you learn can lead to a huge transformation in your life. White right pointing backhand index. So, where will you begin today? Pick one of these 6 methods, just one, and try it today. Track the results. Observe yourself. And once you feel the difference, you may never want to go back to your old way of learning. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs it, and don't forget to subscribe so we can continue this journey together in future videos, because smart learning is the beginning of smart living.